This is a stand-up New York Labs production, providing you podcasts since 2013.
Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
Hey! Happy holidays, folks. Thanks for listening. We love you. Tuesdays, you're our bread and butter. God bless you. We are doing a clip show. This is the best of.
Yeah, a little best of action here, folks. Merry Christmas. Hope you had a great holiday. We got to take a week off, folks.
Yeah, we have lives.
What am I, Cal Ripken? I got to go see my family.
Yeah, what he's not seen his family?
Well, he played a bunch of games in a row.
Ah, yeah, Big Cal.
There was a big story about they faked a rain delay or they faked electricity. There was a game where he was out partying the night before and then like the electricity blew in the game. Like he was hungover and something happened. You can Google it.
Wow.
Pretty exciting. They did the thing like we can't have him miss a game. And he was like, I'm hungover, do something.
Oh, I love it.
And they were like, there's a power outage in Baltimore. It's weird.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, that's fun. So it's a week off and enjoy. We got a best of we put together. So maybe if you have someone that's never listened to the show, call them up and say, listen to this. Here's a good sampler.
Yeah, here's a good transition. Good way in.
Yeah, so we love you. We hope you had a Merry Christmas yesterday, and have a great week. Have a good New Year's. I'll be in Grand Rapids at Dr. Grin's. You'll be?
I'll be at Irvine Improv in L.A.
On New Year's Eve?
Oh, Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan
Sorry,
Sun.
Mohegan Sun, the Native American, Chief, Brave, Redskin, Squaw. Come on out, folks. We'd love to see you, and let's celebrate the new year together.
Yeah, hit up the Patreon and suck someone's dick. If you're a woman with a husband or if you're a gay man, go suck a dick. And if you're straight, try it. Maybe you like it.
Maybe you'll like it.
Who knows?
It's good. Feels good.
Ask permission first.
Warm stuff going down your throat. And kiss your family. Tell them we love them. Enjoy your family because they're going to die soon.
Yep.
So hug them and give out some gifts and spread the good cheer.
Yeah, and Happy New Year. Enjoy your New Year's Eve. Stay sober, or not sober, but don't drive sober. Stay not dead. Don't die.
Don't die.
Behave. Take care of each other. Be good. And enjoy this special Best of Clip Show.
Whee!
Thank you, Shelby.
Shelbo.
Speaking of which, how about Sergio Garcia? This is going to be coming out weeks ago.
Who's this?
The Masters.
Ah!
It was something else. What a special day. People don't get into golf. Some people do. Some people don't. But, boy, the last day of the Masters is one of the most thrilling things.
Is that right?
Went to a playoff.
Wow.
It was quite a thrill, and he never won. He was 0 for 73 in the major events. One of the great players to never win. It was like comedy. I started crying.
Wow.
It was like a big victory in overtime, and it was quite a thrill.
Blazer? They give him the blazer?
Green jacket.
Ooh.
They don't call it a blazer. They call it a jacket.
Green jacket. Way better than the Green Hornet. Or Lantern.
Oh, yeah, there's two green.
Yeah, very odd. There's two greenies.
Yeah, I never got into any of that nonsense. I just hate it.
You don't have to tell me.
I just don't like it. A green hornet? Get real. What are you talking about, a green hornet?
Green Lantern. His thing is he's got a cool ring. That's your thing? You got a ring? Get out of here. What are you, a Guido homo half?
And what does that mean? Is he a lantern?
The ring is a lantern.
What?
It'd be better if he was a lantern. I'd have some use for him. Hey, get that green guy. We need some light in here.
What about the blue
apron?
Bug light? No,
Wait.
I was thinking the bug light. Well, a lantern's bug light's similar.
Oh, this is a new hero you're making
I'm
up.
making up a new hero.
Oh,
the blue bug light.
Blue bug. That'd be fun to watch. Have a few beers. Let bugs zap on him.
He just kind of flies around all stiff and blue, and that's what he gets.
He's like a what do you call it? What's the guy? A
superhero.
No, he's
the place to be.
No, shit. He's an exterminator. That's his whole power. He kills bugs. He's not solving crime. He just comes over. You got a moth problem? Here you go. The blue bug light here.
But he can kill bad guys too, I think.
Well, if they're bugs.
No human bad guys. You know, Bin Laden comes out.
Really?
He makes a new tape. He's in the cave. Bin Laden's in the cave. He goes,
Bin Laden's-
we're going to get you.
He's smart enough to not walk into a bug light.
No, the guy's got powers. The Green Lantern.
What are the powers?
Green Lantern. Austin Powers. Green Lantern. He doesn't just, he's not, Green Lantern, you don't just carry him around, do you?
No, he carries
He's
a
the
lantern.
guy. But that's what the blue light is. So yeah.
Oh, I see. I thought he himself was the bug light.
No, he is the bug light.
Ah.
But he's got a head. You know, maybe his neck and
All right.
torso
Well,
are the
geez.
lights.
How about fluorescent Fred?
Can't be named Fred.
I
It's
guess
got to be
you're right.
fluorescent fiery.
Yeah, fluorescent
Fluorescent fag. So, all right. So he's a blue light, and he's got legs and feet and arms, and then he's got a head. But Bin Laden's in the cave going, "We're gonna get you, sucker!" And then all of a sudden, the blue light comes zipping in, goes, and then the turban catches on fire, and there's your program. That's your show.
Well, that's interesting to have a real bad guy in the comic. Usually it's the Joker or the Penguin. You got Bin Laden in there. That's fun.
Well, Captain America fought Nazis, did he
Oh,
not?
that's a good point. Good point.
Oh, I got some good phlegm on that one.
Oh, I heard it, yeah. I think I tasted a little bit.
But anyways, that's not a bad guy. The Buzzer Lightyear.
Yeah, Green
Buzz
Buzz-
Lightyear could be his name.
That's not been used.
That's already a guy, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we'll come up with something.
I think we came up with a good one there.
Blue bug light.
We have a cough button, but it doesn't work. Sorry, everybody. I'll get some Robitussin and I'll suck my own dick.
Please. We leave the show, and one of the great things about opening for like a big star is like the little perks. Like the tour guy came in, he goes, before we went on, he goes, "All right, you guys hungry? Here's a menu." So we just pick food. You get off stage, and there's like this amazing spread waiting for you.
Wow. Hey,
Just
we
in the-
got meatballs.
That's true. That's true. But this is just waiting for you in the green room, you know? So you go
Yeah.
in, you eat, and Schumer's like, "I got to go to L.A. I'll see you fags later." And, jeez. And I was like, all right,
That's
cool.
her, not you.
Yeah, she said it. And I was like, all right, cool. And so we're sitting in there eating, and we go, well, let's just go back to the hotel. We're in a different hotel. Me, Rachel, and Kyle, the openers. We go to this hotel. We get an Uber driver. Uber driver's one of those people. It's a blonde woman. She's probably 45. She's talking a little too much, just telling us about her life. And I'm in the front like, oh, get out of here. You don't say. And as a joke, she's like, yeah, I got divorced like 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, that's brutal. Well, if you want to get a drink, meet me in the lobby of this hotel. And she goes, oh, shut up. Ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So we go in, we check in. I go upstairs. I'm about to fall asleep in my panties, just laying there.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook message. Hey, I'm in the lobby.
Uh-oh.
I was like, ah, shit. She bought it.
This is the Uber woman?
Yeah.
She found you on Facebook.
Yes.
Wow.
And I go, oh. So I go, I'm not going to respond. I'm already shifted into that mode where you're like, I'm done for the night.
Uh-huh.
You know, I got a full belly, had a hot set. I'm watching porn on my phone.
Yeah.
So another one comes in. Well, I'm in the lobby. You're missing out here. You're really missing out. I'm like,
boy.
oh, geez, missing out. Ah, God, I should not tell the story. It's pretty horrific.
Oh, boy. Well, you've been teasing it for 3 months
All
here.
right, so I go, ah, shit. So I feel guilty. She's sitting there alone. She's divorced. She's a mom. So I go, all right, well, I'm trying to just be as blunt as possible, just throwing it out there. So I go, well, I'm in 223. If you want to come up and have a crazy night or something like that, like,
Uh-huh.
I'm going all in.
Yeah.
If you're not in, then fuck you. If you're in, great. So 2 seconds later, it felt like 2 seconds. Knock at the door. I was like, oh my God, I'm in underwear, no shirt, so I throw pants on real quick just to look presentable.
Hey, pants and no shirt. That's a good look for either gender.
That's a good look.
Yeah, I remember Jose Canseco. He had that poster my
Ooh.
sister had. It made me feel funny.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Something
really.
moved.
Yeah, I think that's why I'd like Paulo so much. Similar looks.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, she knocks on the door. You got the Canseco going on.
Yeah, weird that his name's Jose. When you put it with the Canseco, it works, but just, hey, Jose.
Yeah, well, he's Latino.
I know, but Jose, you picture a guy, making a taco.
Well, not to be confused with Hose B.
Aha.
You ever hear that joke?
Too many times. So, she comes in, and I'm like, oh, this is the place, blah, blah, blah. She's like, well, it's pretty nice. And we just start making out immediately.
Oh, wow.
Just going at it, and we're laying on the bed, making out. We get naked immediately. The whole thing.
Boy, this is hot stuff.
Yeah, and she goes, you have a condom? And I go, no. And
Now, why aren't you carrying condoms?
I didn't expect it was an Uber driver. I don't know. I thought it'd be in and out.
What do you mean don't expect? You get laid every night. You're having sex every night all over. Buy a box of condoms.
I should have some.
Go to the Condom Depot. We're not, they don't pay us for this, but there's a great website.
Yeah.
Go to Condom Depot. Get yourself fucking 1,000 condoms for $100.
You're so, because this happened to me multiple times where I got,
Yes.
fucked.
Stuff them in your pockets, in your asshole, in your hat, every bag you have. Just have them.
You're right.
I got herpes and fucking warts over here. I fucked 11 girls in my life.
Yeah.
More than that.
All right. You're right. No, you're right. I should have them.
38. Not bad number.
38, really?
Not a bad number. Respectable. I got glasses and overbite, weird teeth, yellow ass.
Yellow ass, indeed. 38 special.
Not bad.
All right, so
you got no condoms.
I got no condoms.
Insane.
Insanity.
Yeah, and you got a Floridian Uber driver in her 40s, recently divorced.
And these tattoos are unreal.
Oh, tattoos. You didn't mention the tattoos.
Wild tattoos.
Wow.
Rampant.
Although if the divorce is good, though, because she probably was with one guy for a long time.
That's true. And she seemed like a reasonable lady until all this.
The seemed like never worked, buddy.
Never works.
I'll show you my dick after. I'll show you what seemed like looks like.
I'm dying to seem that thing.
Oh, it's a wild, a lot of colors.
Oh boy, it's a tie dye down there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going at it. And I go, well, I guess we don't have a condom. And I wasn't half into this, So I was like, all right, well, you don't have a condom. We shouldn't do anything, And she has a tramp stamp that says
it says something.
Kyle. Right above the butt.
In Chinese or in English?
In English, Kyle.
Oh, wow.
Clear as day. And I go, who's Kyle? She goes, that's my son.
Ah.
I go, oh my God, this is getting weirder and weirder. So I go, well, I guess we should do anal as a joke. And she goes, I love anal. And
Wow.
I go,
Wait, Kyle.
Oh boy. So I go, well, anal, that's pretty good. Can't get any diseases from that,
Yeah, that's not how it works.
I know.
The anal is dirtier. I mean, you can just use your imagination. A butthole is dirtier than a vagina.
Sure.
There's seeds and sparkles in there.
I wish there were sparkles. So I pop it
Into her butthole.
in the butt.
A poppin'. Now, what are we using for lubricant?
Not much.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, it's dry
Spit?
anal here.
Are you licking?
There was some spit.
Probably a sweat. Seems like a sweaty. She's driving in an Uber, so she's probably got a little back sweat, maybe.
I guess there was some swamp ass going on.
Yeah.
I pop in, and it's so gooey and tight that I just, boom, immediately.
You came?
I pull out, I shot all over Kyle.
You came on a 45-year-old divorced Uber driver's ass with no lubricant.
Yes.
Wow, boy, you got something. I'm over here. I got clamps on my nipples and birds chirping, music, oils. I can't come for the life of me.
Well, this gal, she knew what to do. She was into it. I mean, it was head down, ass up, rubbing the clit. There was a mirror next to me, so I saw everything. Giant jugs flapping.
The mirror helped.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy,
I mean, she
mirror
was a
doesn't help
looker.
my cuz.
She was a looker.
I know, but I'm not a looker. I see myself in that mirror. I start picking my teeth.
I was out. I was kind of backing out of the mirror.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. The mirror was cut off right to me, which was perfect.
Who's shooting this? Scorsese? This is a hell of a frame.
It was a
put
Fellini
together.
film there.
Oh, my God.
It was all slanted and weird tint. So, so I go, all right. And she was wildly disappointed. I was like, that's all I got.
Of course she's disappointed. You blew one in her ass and kicked her out.
Now I blew it on Kyle.
Oh, you pulled out and came on Kyle.
Yes.
You came on her son.
Oh, big time.
Wow.
Firstborn.
Here comes the sun.
You got that right.
That's what that song's about.
Yeah.
About fucking an Uber driver in the asshole.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. This is a humdinger. all right.
Ding. It's a cum-dinger.
Now, what does your pee-pee look like? Are you covered in business or what?
I didn't look at it. So she goes, do you mind if I shower? I go, please, shower.
Yeah, you gotta let her shower.
Of course. So I go in the bathroom. She's in the bathroom, the sink and the shower, like in two different rooms, one of those jobs.
That's a nice hotel you got
It was pretty sweet. There was a W.
Oh, I love a W. Not as a president,
Not
though,
a president,
folks.
yeah.
Come on. Go Bernie.
Yeah. So I look down. My dick.
Uh-oh. Bloody?
Brown!
Oh, a BD.
Oh, yeah.
A BC. Brown cock.
Dr. Brown.
Boston College.
Yeah, brown soda. It was a doozy. And I go, I freak out. I let out a shriek.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my God. So I just dropped my junk into the sink, and I just started cleaning away.
Oh.
It was like one of those birds that gets in an oil thing. You know, I was cleaning the bird off. So I was just, oh my God. And I was like, you gotta go. I like panicked. I was like, you gotta get out of here. This is too much. I got dial going down there. I got suds in the sink on my dick. I was scrubbing like there was no tomorrow. And she was like, all right, cool. This is fun. I'm double parked. I was like, all right, great.
But anyways, so I went to see Foxcatcher with my friend Chris Walsh, who's
good guy.
one of the great guys. Pure Boston, Charlestown, Massachusetts. We went to see it out in Los Angeles, and Chris refuses to go to movies in L.A. anymore. He said there's an incident every time. He gets in fights and arguments because people are always on their phone, and everyone's doing business out there. I guess.
Right.
You think in the hub of the movie industry, people would respect the movies the most.
Yes.
These people in L.A., I love L.A., but topsy-turvy. They're leaving ball games in the fifth inning. They're using their iPad at movie theaters.
Oh, they're all backwards over there.
I don't understand it.
It's La La Land.
Yeah, it is La La Land. Los Angeles land.
Maybe because I'm from New Orleans, big jazz town, and no one really gives a shit about jazz.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I mean, people do, but when I was growing up, no one talked about jazz.
I'm from Boston. Never eaten a bean in my life.
There you go.
Hate beans.
Really?
I go to Chipotle, I say, extra rice, no beans.
That's right. I've seen you do that.
Yeah, and I slap her in the face.
And I get his beans.
Queef.
I get your beans.
Yeah, I said, give me my beans to this gentleman. He needs them more than I do.
Yeah, I love a bean.
From New Orleans.
Uh-huh.
I love jazz.
There you go.
We should go home to each other's families. Get to the bottom of each other.
Well, these New York kids, they don't go to Times Square, That's how it works.
Nope. No, they don't. But anyway, so we go to the movies, and Chris is like, I'll go just for you. Just because you're here and I wanted to go to the movies. I was tired. I've been dying to see this movie. And it was a Friday night. I wrapped a movie shoot, which we'll get into in a moment.
Ooh.
Very exciting.
That's exciting.
So we go to the movies, and it's one of these, you got to pick your seat. And we got there like 20 minutes before. It's packed. It's almost sold out. We had to sit in the third row. Remember, ever sit in the third row of a movie
the worst.
theater?
The neck is over.
It's completely reversed to every other event. Football game, hockey game, concert, comedy show. You're in the third row. You're pumped.
Yeah.
Movie, I'm like, I can't even. It's like I didn't even see the movie.
It was that full?
Yeah, because it was opening night, and it was like a big mall or whatever the fuck. You have to turn your head just to read the credits.
Yeah.
Directed by, switch the head, Alice Wonderland. Or whoever.
Oh, she's good.
Yeah, she's not bad.
Wow.
So anyways, we're there, and Chris is like, I hate going to the movies. Everyone's there's always an incident. I'm always close to a fight. So I'm like, it'll be fine. It's Foxcatcher. What are we, gay? So we're sitting there, and as soon as the movie starts, the last preview before the movie starts, the guy, two people over, points at the screen. He goes, that movie looks horrible. He points at the screen and says that. So I'm like, well, what an asshole this guy is. It's me, and then a girl, and then two guys, all Asians, just to paint a picture.
Yeah.
And then another girl next to him, and it's couple bookended. And then they're just talking. The two guys, they must have been wrestling guys. Because everything, they're pointing at the screen. How dumb do you have to be to point at the screen?
Right.
Be like, duh.
Yeah.
And they're going, arm takedown. Mark Schultz.
Right.
That's Ultimate Warrior. Whatever. They're just talking about wrestling just out loud and pointing. So I do the lean over and gave him a real stare down.
Yeah.
Real eye contact.
Good for you.
Because in my mind, I'm like, Chris, you sit this one out. I'll take care of this because you're always in a thing. So I made the eye contact, and that got, weird for a second, but I don't think they even got the message. So they keep talking. We give them 5 full minutes. I give them the shh.
Yeah.
And Chris leans in and goes, could you stop talking? And the guy laughs. He's like, ha! They both start laughing like we're assholes. And Chris goes, it's a very expensive movie. And the guy goes, listen to this comeback. I paid the same price you did. Now, what does that mean?
Yeah, you're just helping the point.
Yeah, you paid the same price, but you're the one ruining the movie for everyone else. Nobody else is talking. You're the only asshole.
Wow, that's a weird thing to say.
So then Chris would go, well, wouldn't it be better if you stopped talking? And then and Chris goes, please?
Yeah.
Please. Like that. And the
How close are we to these guys?
Only the girl is between us.
Okay.
It's 2 guys, 1 girl, us 2.
Okay.
Sounds like a porn.
Yeah.
And so anyways, the guys stopped talking for the rest of the movie. So they knew they were fucking idiots. So it kind of worked,
That worked, yeah.
But you still have that edge the whole time. Like, we're going to fight these guys. And they're like wrestling buddies. So they probably want to put us in a double handspring, full Nelson, whatever the hell it is.
Next to the bushwhackers.
Yeah. The Asian bushwhacker. The Oriental Express.
Oh, they were Asian. I forgot.
Oriental Express.
Aha.
Remember those guys? Mr. Fuji was their manager.
Fuji, yes.
Fuji would have popped out and threw salt in my eye.
Oh, yeah, those days are over.
Popcorn salt.
The worst kind.
So then the movie goes on for an hour. I've settled in now. I'm like, all right, these numbskulls will quiet down now. And all of a sudden they hear this. I do the bend over again. They got a fucking baby with them.
Whoa!
An infant who must have been sleeping at the beginning. What is this no babysitter, bring your baby to the movie?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't understand this.
Oh, my God.
Remember the Dark Knight shooting? There was like a baby that took a stray bullet, and you're like, what are you doing?
Right.
That baby deserves to be shot. You're bringing him to Dark Knight? Are you
Yeah.
insane?
That's a ruffle.
Who brings... we just ruffled.
Yeah.
Who's bringing babies to the movie? So the baby, we got to listen to this.
Oh, my God.
And you just hear, shh.
Ah, well, the baby can be shushed.
Yeah, exactly. Shush a baby. But anyways, that's basically the whole story. The movie was terrific. And then
Yeah.
we got out of there right away because we didn't want an incident.
Yeah, you
you
don't
know?
want an incident. At
Try to
least,
avoid the incidents.
I feel like you could take a guy with a baby.
No, I'd punch the baby first. Then
Yeah.
have to tend to the baby.
Tend to the baby, and then
Yeah,
you're in there.
Exactly. Smush that thing's little wet head.
Yeah, water baby.
But I'm very against it.
yeah.
Well, we got so much to get into. Tommy
Do we?
Junnigan, you're
I
a
like
good guy.
what we're doing right now.
You got so many stories. I just want to, and you're going to hate me for this. I want to get right into it.
I am going to hate you.
I just want to get right into it. It's my favorite story ever. And
don't say that.
some people might say, "What are you going to open with the big favorite story ever?" But I have confidence in us as three comedic geniuses
Yes.
that we can follow it.
I wish we didn't.
You told us at the cellar you were holding court at the cellar.
court
I was
last
forced court. Joe made me
Forced court. Well,
do
it's-
it.
It's democracy. That's what it is. We voted. I voted.
So what? Just tell it now. That's what we do. So
I love it. This story is gonna
No,
go
it's
well,
not.
and it's
No,
gonna
it's not.
branch into a million
All right.
stories.
Yeah.
And Audible.com is never gonna have more business.
let's branch. We'll shut down Audible.com like John Oliver shut down the FCC comment section. Topical. So I'm driving outside of Boston somewhere. It's like one of those, the interstate where it's 4 lanes in each direction.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And very late-ish at night, so I'm going one direction. Some would say north or south or east or west. I don't know those. So I just am going a direction. There's a
betting-
car coming the opposite.
I bet it was the Massachusetts Turnpike. You were
And
probably
you
going
think
east.
I'm going east.
Yeah.
So this car's going. I'm traveling east. This car's traveling west.
Right.
Up ahead, I see the headlights of an SUV. All of a sudden, jerk to the left, and then jerk to the right, and there's over one of those concrete embankments, and then all of a sudden, it just starts flipping wildly down the interstate.
Holy
a 4-lane interstate. It's across the thing, flipping, comes to rest upside down.
Uh-huh.
I'm the only one around. I yank my rental car off the interstate, run across 4 lanes,
Wow.
hop over the concrete embankment. The car's upside down. There's flames coming from under the engine. I swear to God.
Holy moly.
And there's people inside, and I get on the ground and I crawl in the back window of the SUV, which is upside down. I crawl through broken glass.
Yeah.
And I'm not even thinking. I'm just reacting at this point.
Wow. what a
Unbelievable.
hero.
You're
There's
Batman.
people in the car. And I get in the car, smoke, flames, and I reach my hand out to a guy. Everyone's upside down because the car's upside. And I go, grab my hand! I yelled it.
Yeah.
I yelled it, grab my hand. He looked at me and then crawled past me out of the back of the car. He crawled past me. And then everyone else that was in the car rolled out the side windows.
That's unbelievable.
So I'm trying to be a hero.
Yeah.
And I end up being the last guy out of the car. Everyone else is bleeding. I come out. I'm unscathed. Some guy runs up to me and he goes, "Are you all right?" And then he looks at me and realizes I'm a superhero or
Right.
something.
Yeah.
You are a superhero.
That's
you could
amazing.
have been the greatest.
I wanted to save their lives. And to be honest, I didn't even care if I saved their lives. If they had died, but I had dragged him out of the car,
Right.
I
Yeah.
would have gotten the same
Right.
feeling from it.
Now, what time? How long ago was this? What point of your
2008.
career?
I
So
was
you had already
doing
been
a
on
college.
TV.
I was doing a college. I had done Letterman and a half hour. It was around the Letterman half hour
Wow.
special time.
That's amazing. I mean, you would have been the biggest star
Yes.
in history.
I may have gotten on the couch.
You would have
Oh,
been.
yeah.
You would have been a lead guest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been a totally different career trajectory. You're going to still get to the same places, but you would have been overnight. You would have been a hero.
Oh, yeah.
I bet.
Headline.
Yeah, the
Jonathan.
social media wasn't as big, but I think it could have gotten some steam. Comedian saves lives.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
right. Unbelievable. Now, also,
Grab my hand. That's what he should have said. In the way it should have gone, if this dick didn't crawl out,
Yeah. Piece of shit.
I was gonna drag you out. You just sit there. If he didn't do that, in the real story, in the newspaper, he would have said, through the smoke, I just hear grab my hand.
Yeah.
And then I see a hand.
Right.
He thinks it's an angel.
It's
Right.
Was it your mic hand as well?
It was my offhand. I'm not going to hand
okay.
him my mic
Well,
hand. I mean, I'm still self-preservation here.
Get a
I'm making
mic
a living.
in his hand.
Just real quick, I want to digress. We do this. Do you have one mic hand, or do you go back and forth, Mark?
I go back and forth.
You go back and forth a little bit.
I go back and forth a little bit,
You got us a long
predominantly
set.
left hand, but I
Yeah.
go back and forth a little bit.
Right.
Take it out with the right, and I kind of mix
I
and
hold it
match.
with I hold the mic stand a little bit. I don't think people like to do that, but I put my hand on it.
Yeah, me too.
And also, I could have gone the other way. That car could have exploded while you were in it, making it very confusing for investigators.
Yeah.
If they just found your bows. And what also,
Everyone else had rolled out. I'm in the car. Then it blows up.
Right.
I just picture them being like, now who is this guy? And they're like, no other guy.
There was no other guy.
And you're like, no, there's a guy right here. And they're like, no, there's no guy.
He wasn't in there.
Then they could have been found for murder.
yeah.
You must have murdered Tommy John again.
Can I say, did they speak English?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I picture them Latino.
White kids.
I picture them Latino this whole
So
time.
did I.
I think this is a group.
Really?
There's
Yeah.
a group in a vehicle. You picture Latino. Our producer
Really?
over here did too as well.
Yeah.
Why were we picturing? I pictured sombreros and togas.
Mariachi.
Who wears a toga?
A Greek.
I don't know
Anal.
why. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what. Because there were 5 of them.
I think there's a bunch of them. You think white
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are car, you think Latino, I
Bunch
think.
of 'em. Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
no offense to our Latino fans.
Whenever I've said take my hand, Latinos just walk right by me.
Yeah, it's also a thing.
Yeah.
I love the
stereotype.
rolling out the wind. Everything about that I think is unbelievable. And I think that you're a heroic guy.
I tried, but then also once the adrenaline went away, I immediately went back to my selfish self, where I was just trying not to get their blood on my pants.
Right. Yeah, that would
Seconds earlier, I'm crawling into a burning car, over broken glass, ready to drag them out,
Right.
to save them. Then, standing up, don't bleed on me is what I'm thinking.
be. Right.
Well, the scenario has changed.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorite parts after that, what do you now the first responders are showing up?
Now there's no actual ambulances or fire trucks or police, but there is a woman in scrubs. She's the hero now.
Hate
She's
her.
run up. She's bandaging with some legs
Wow.
bleeding.
We gotta get
There's
her on
a
the show.
guy bleeding, standing up, bleeding out of his leg. It's a stream of blood so steady, and the blood is so dark. If it were in a movie, I would think that was fake blood.
Right.
Wow.
And then it starts just shooting out as his heart beats. It's just shoot,
amazing.
shoot. And then the woman goes, lie him down, elevate his foot. And I don't know what's going on with me. I just turned to him, who's bleeding like that, and I said, she wants you to lie down, because I knew I want to touch him.
Yeah.
So someone comes over and lies down, and now there's a crowd of people, and I realize I'm the first person to see it. I saw the whole accident. I crawled into the car, but there's so many people there, and I have no interest in this anymore, and I just jump over the embankment and run back across the interstate and get into my car and drive away.
That's my favorite part, is just sneaking away from a car
Sneaking away.
accident. And again, just the way life goes. You could have been a hero, could have died. Instead, what happens is you're just going to like
Drive into my
Walking back over.
crappy hotel and outside of Massachusetts or outside of Boston.
And how soon before you told that story? I mean, were you dying to tell somebody the story, or did
Yeah, I
years
told.
pass?
I was with my ex-girlfriend at the time.
Ooh, I wanna
so
get
I
into
called
her.
her on the drive. I was like, "You're never gonna believe this."
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's one of those stories.
I
if-
really
if
wanted
a-
the hero moment. I have a fantasy about saving someone's
Oh,
life.
me too.
Right.
Me too.
But and it, like I said, it doesn't matter if they survive. Just me dragging them out of the
Right,
lake.
right.
If they die, I don't know them. It's not really going to upset me.
Right.
I just want to be a hero.
And then they play this. They bring you a cake, and they play "A Hero Comes Along."
Yeah,
And then
I'm
they
the
pick
guy
you
with
up.
the movie.
Yeah.
With the shoes in the plane. They have to find me.
Oh, I remember that movie.
Because of it.
Dustin Hoffman.
Yep. Spoiler alert.
What? What was I gonna ask? I had a question.
Hero, ex-girlfriend.
I was excited. Well,
Dustin
I want
Hoffman.
to talk about the X too, and damn it, I had something about the car. or
I'm
the
such a
truck.
nut. I feel
can't
like
remember.
if somebody came in my car and said, "Give me your hand," even if it was out of the way, I would just do it. Because I feel like
Yeah,
you
you'd
came
feel
in
guilty.
the car. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and also I feel like he should have grabbed it in the sense of like I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on. I'm
Right.
very discombobulated.
But that's one of those stories.
I'm not going to drag you into a worse car accident. Like, just take my hand.
exactly.
If it was a different person, tell me, I wouldn't believe it. Because I know you so well as a truthful man. That story is literally not believable.
No, it happened.
It's insane.
Yeah, I also wonder what made the guy jerk the wheel like that.
It was a gal driving.
That's
that's
enough
it.
said.
Enough smaller
said.
brain syndrome.
There you go.
I did hear her. She's pacing in the across the interstate. She's in shock.
Oh boy.
Wow.
And she's just yelling, I looked at the radio and I didn't even, I looked back and I looked. So she looked down at the radio,
Wow.
looked back up, boom.
I bet
Flipping SUV.
I bet she was listening to David Allen Boucher. You ever listen to that guy?
No.
I bet he causes accents. You know David Allen Boucher. This is David Allen Boucher.
Oh,
Think he
that guy.
made her pass out?
I think she was probably like she was probably nodding off. Maybe tried to change it to Kiss 108. Lost it.
So many things could have happened. I mean, also if it wasn't the guy, like what if there's a couple girls in the car. What if I dragged one of them out?
Yeah.
She's a beautiful woman. I save her life.
Florence Nightingale.
Could have changed the whole everything.
She could have fallen in love with you.
Yeah.
Mark, you ever pull anyone out of a smashed car?
You ever pull out?
No. I think I've been saved before.
Really?
You've been saved?
Oh,
Well,
by Jesus?
Religiously, yeah.
Okay.
Well, one time I used to get pretty boozed up and drive around New Orleans. Mm-hmm. One time I fell asleep on the interstate. I just couldn't stay up. I tried everything. The window open, radio, slapping, nothing worked. I fell asleep on the interstate. I wake up. My two left wheels are over the guardrail. So I'm like grinding the rail at the middle of my car. Just up. And I wake up like, I freak out. I'm the only person on the highway. I pull off, boo, 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 get back on. Both wheels are just crazy popped. I'm riding on the rim. Yeah, I pull over and I get out of the car and I'm like, holy shit, what the hell just happened? I can't believe it. So my parents know I drink and drive too much, so I couldn't go home with this car. So I had to call my friend. It was like 5 a.m. My friend gets up. What a friend this guy is. David Forley.
Wait, Dave.
Yeah. I call him. I'm like, Dave.
Enabler, Dave.
Yeah, exactly. I told him the whole situation, and I'm so keyed up that he can tell. He's like, all right, I'm on my way. So he comes and picks me up. We just push my car off to the side. We lock it up. We go straight to a junkyard. It was a 1971 Cutlass convertible.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
it was
can't
a nice
remember that.
car.
I've never heard you talk about a car before.
It was my first prized possession. It was like a real hot ride.
Wow.
And so we drive out to all these junkyards like outside of New Orleans to find 2 rims. We have to find 2 71 Cutlass rims.
Wow.
Yeah. We go to like 3 junkyards. We find one and one. We find another one. One is purple and one is gold. So we have to go back, paint them, and then put it on my car.
Where do you paint them?
We just bought paint, spray painted it. Silver.
Wow.
Yeah, and they look terrible. It was like 2 shiny ass real like new rims versus my old gross ones. And so yeah, then we got 2 tires, put them on there, spent all the money I had as like a 17-year-old and pulled up, no sleep. Hey Dad, he's like watering the plants.
Wow.
Where you been?
You're like Zach Morris.
Yeah, with a DUI.
Wow.
So I go, let's go in the green room for a minute. We go in the green room. We make out like animals. I'm talking, she's got the leg up on me and the whole thing. We're like bumping into the walls and bumping into the mini fridge. Just wild make out. And I go, whoo. All right, my hair's all fucked up. I was like, that was intense. And she goes, yeah, let's go back to your hotel. And I go, I really wish I could. I can't. And now she's furious because I got her riled up.
Yeah, she's all,
Yeah, hot and bothered. But in my mind, I was like, well, we'll do a make out, then everybody wins.
Right.
But no. So then she was like, you're seriously like kicking me out. I was like, I'm just saying, I'm going to my hotel. I got an early flight. She's like, fuck you. Don't ever call me again. I was like, I won't. And then she storms off.
She sounds unreasonable. If this was reversed, I mean, you'd be in jail.
I know.
If you're like,
I
you
know.
make it out, now you're not going to fuck me, you piece
Right.
of shit, fuck you. I mean,
Yeah.
you'd be Bill Romanowski.
Yeah. Way to bring that back.
Thank you.
So now that she's out of my life, I get back on the horn. I go, hey, crazy horse, where you at? And she goes, I'm at this bar. I walk to the bar. It was a 20-minute walk. Crazy. So I walk to the bar. I get there. It's packed. She's hammered. She is in the bag. She's gone. So we start talking. She's got a crazy story. She's like, my husband's in jail. My ex-husband killed himself. She's a mess. Mm-hmm. And I go, oh, my God. Well, let's get the hell out of here. And she's sitting with a girl. She's sitting with her friend. How about this? I forgot to mention. She's sitting with a friend the girlfriend of hers is making out with a guy who heckled me.
Oh.
So I'm like, the worlds are colliding. I hate the heckler. You don't want to see a heckler outside of a comedy club.
You certainly don't want to heckle hang. That's for sure.
No, I got to hang with him now.
A heckle hang is bad.
And he gave me sorry, I was, giving you shit up there, but come on, blah, blah, you guys are supposed to be able to take. I'm like, I was like, all right, can we go? Can we go?
Oh, yeah.
And so the girl I'm hooking up with is she's like, I'm not leaving without my friend. I was like, fuck. And she goes, you'll be happy. Just wait for us. I'm like, can we just go? They're hooking up. And she's like, trust me, you want to wait. I was like, what the hell does that mean?
Uh-oh.
All right, whatever. So now the friend gives Heckle Face the boot, and he's all pissed off, like, come on, nothing. She's like, look, I just want to go home with my friend. And he's like, oh, fuck you, you prude, you lesbian, but real douche.
Yeah.
Now, these guys out there, they're a little wily.
Yeah.
So
guys are wily.
Yes.
Coyote.
So now the girls go, let's go back to our hotel. We're staying at the Marriott. We walk to the Marriott, and the friend goes to the bathroom. So I start making out with Kook Face, and we're going at it. And her friend comes out of the bathroom and goes, wow, what do we have here? And I'm like, oh, shit. So what are we going to do here with the other friend? This is awkward. And she goes, don't worry about it. And the friend's like, yeah, don't worry. Just make out. I'll watch TV. So she's sitting on the bed while we're making out on the bed. There's only one bed. And so I'm just like, okay. So I start pulling pants off, and I'm doing the finger action. And then the friend chimes in, starts going down on her.
What?
It was unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
I was making out with my eyes bug-eyed, like, whoa, like my tongue is still working, but my eyeballs are not,
See, You're making out with a girl, and then her friend's eating her vagina?
Yes, the girl I had was on her back, knees up, and the friend was just face in.
Wow. I gotta go to Utah.
It was so hot. I was like, I can't believe what I'm seeing. It was like out of a movie,
God.
a dirty movie.
They're like Stockton and Malone.
Yeah, there was a lot of bump fake passes.
Yes. Pick and roll.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, my God. She got bloody tongued.
Shake and bake. Yes. So now I'm making out, and I'm like, you know what? Part of me's like, abort. Just pull back and watch, because it's so intense that you're like, you just want to quit.
Yes.
But I'm like, hang in there, fatty. You can do this. You're a man. Hang in. You've seen a lot of movies. You've jerked off a lot of times. You've thought about this. Hang tight.
So what's your move? Where do you go to?
My move is, you ready for this?
I don't know if I am, to be honest.
This is a move I pulled.
I got to take off my Mac Weldon shorts here.
I grab the chick's hair
who's
going down.
Well, here we go.
I pull her head back.
Oh, Lord.
I make out with her, and I put her head right back down.
Oh, God.
Can you believe it?
Who are you?
I'm Batman.
God.
I'm Batman.
You're fucking Tommy from the band there. What's
Tommy
his
the
name?
cabbie?
No. I'm thinking Motley Crue. Tom Cruise? What's that guy's name?
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee. You're Tommy Lee.
I'm Tommy Lee.
Oh, my God.
With a smaller dick.
You grabbed the hair and ate the put.
Yeah,
oh, my
made
Lord.
out with her. Because I got to go 100%. I can't just kiss her on the cheek and pat her on the head. I got to go in.
She called you dog. You got to come hard.
Yeah. So now I'm making out with the chick laying down. So I go, fuck it. I rip my pants off. I get on my knees. I put my Johnson right in her face.
The friend.
No. The one I'm making out with.
Oh, I see. So you're hovering above.
Yes, above Hov.
This is a porn.
It's a porn.
I mean, this is a full-on lobster tube session.
It's a porn. And there's piercings and tattoos and hair and me. It's crazy.
Oh, my word.
So I'm getting a beach while she's getting a munch, and the other girl is left out in the wind, but she can take it.
She might like eat. But I can't even speak.
Yeah, I can't.
She might like eating pussy.
I think she likes.
I like eating pussy. She's probably touching her dildos there.
Maybe she's diddling as well.
Lips, I meant to say.
So eventually, the girl who I'm getting a beach from goes, "Do you have a condom?" I go, "I do." I jump off the bed. I put a condom on, toot sweet. I take the girl's legs who's getting eaten out. I take the girl's legs who's getting eaten out, and I just rip them to the side, like, move it, friend.
Yeah.
And I just start boning her, missionary.
So what happens with the pussy-eating girl?
The pussy-eating girl goes up, sits on her face.
Get the hell out of here.
I swear to God,
you gotta be kidding me.
I swear to God, these guys are pros.
You gotta give me the Booker's email and a Bumble account stat.
Yeah, you're telling me.
My God.
This is years of Bumble and Road, all culminating into one cauldron.
God, I would have taken my own life as soon as it was over.
You know how hard it was? I was going to jizz on the BJ. Now I'm fucking her. I go, I'm going to bust. I'm going to lose. And she goes, don't you come. She pulled her face away from a flaming lips
Oh my god.
to say, "Don't you come?" I was like, "Okay." So I'm just like, try not to. I'm thinking about my aunt, my grandma. I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about Chipotle. I'm thinking about Mac Weldon.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So I pulled aside a little bit, and she goes, "Fuck my friend now." I was like, "Oh my
word.
God.
Jesus Christ.
I'm blown, Jerry. I'm
this
busting."
This is like the 9/11 of stories.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Horace and Pete was an experience.
Yeah.
This is a thrilling.
Yeah.
I was fucking Alan Alda.
Yeah.
So I take the friend, I flip her over. She's on her back. I do the thing where I walk to the edge of the bed. And I'm doing the edge of the bed thing.
Sex.
Yes. And now this chick sits on her face. So she's sitting on her face.
God.
We're making out, and I'm banging.
God, a post cunnilingus makeout is supreme.
One of the best.
Yeah.
So it was unreal. There's just liquids and salivas and juices all forming a real sexy, just a jizz fest.
Yeah. Now let me ask, where does your potion end up? Where are you putting that?
Well, I'm not allowed to bust.
Jeez.
So, you ready for this?
I don't know if I am.
All right.
Just tell me and I'll react the way
Okay.
I react.
So there, I got original chick. No, wait. The friend is on her back. I'm banging her. Original chick is sitting on the friend's face.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to town. And she orgasms, I assume, because she had like a lot of squiggles and wiggles.
Yeah.
And so then she
Great kids program.
squiggles and wiggles. Yeah. So shit, this is too long of an episode. So she gets off. The original chick gets off, and she lays down on her back. So now I'm railing her, and then the other one sits on her face. We're making out. She did a lot of lip biting, which I don't care for.
I hate a lip bite.
It hurt.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. So this is getting a little graphic, but she was biting my lip. So I said, how can I stop this in a sexy way? So I grab her by the neck and I push her back and I start licking her tits.
Oh my God.
Pretty hot, right?
Yeah.
I was a man.
You're
I'm
like the
holding her neck.
Undertaker.
Yeah. I'm hacksaw Jim Duggan. So I'm licking the tits and holding her neck up like that, like you would like an alligator that keeps biting you. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Hope you get better skin.
Yeah.
Well, zigzag if you got to get away.
Yeah, you got to run serpentine. So this is gonna be hard to explain. So I'm on my feet, railing original flavor, and the friend is me and her making out. The friend leans down, starts licking the top deck of original.
Wow.
You feel me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So I get the bright idea. I go, I can't take this anymore. This is too hot. And she goes, you're allowed to come. She said it kind of condescending. I was like, I'll take it. So I pull out, I rip off the condom, shove the fucking Johnson right into the friend's face.
Oh my word.
She starts slobbing, and I pop.
Wow, into the mouth situation?
No, I got
or
some
nose?
I was like, here it comes. She pulled out. I hit a chin, and it kind of dribbled all over the other chick.
Wow.
But I was like, oh my God, what the hell just happened? I felt like my innocence was gone. I was a changed man. I'm not Norman.
Oh my God.
I'm
I
a
noticed-
different guy.
I noticed a squiggle in your eye.
Yeah. I mean, I got to show you. So I was like, I gotta get the hell out of there. And she was like, okay, that was great. We all hugged it out. We all had a few laughs. She had some pirate's booty. We ate some of that.
Pirate's booty.
Yeah, you know, but it's like popcorn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
I
really
had no
good.
idea. I'm living a sheltered life over here.
Apparently,
No
pirate's
booty. Boy, you're like Caligula.
Pirate's booty. Yeah. I'm Caligula. You know about pirate's booty, right, John? Yeah, okay. It's like a popcorn.
I want a painting of the three of you on my
Oh,
house.
boy.
Big framed, like an oak frame.
Yeah,
Above my couch.
I'll send you something. So we all zip up and high five.
Like you're a bobsled team.
We come to our senses and we're like, whoo, that was bananas. You know, we all put a hand in and we go, hey, team. And so, yeah, I'm like, all right, well, I gotta skedoodle. And I go downstairs. I'm just in the elevator like, whoa, what the hell was I just in?
Oh,
that
my
was unreal. I was
God.
sober. I felt every moment of it. This is wild.
Jeez, it's like the end of the Sandlot. You all say goodbye to each other.
Yeah, it wasn't that emotional,
Maybe
I guess.
Stand By Me.
Thank you.
All
Yeah,
right.
a little more trauma. And so, I get down to the desk clerk. You feel like everybody knows. There was like a party in the lobby. I was like, hey, fellas. And I go outside. I Uber back to my hotel. And, I just went home. And I was like, wow, that was crazy. I was about to go to bed. I had a flight in like 4 hours. I take my shirt off. I'm clawed up.
Oh.
I'll show you. She clawed me.
Jesus. I don't need to see. I get it. I believe you.
I want to make sure so you know. It's
God.
like, what's his name? Hannibal Lecter said, Scars are great because they tell us the past is real.
Oh my God, you look like Denzel Washington in Glory. Oh wow, boy, you look like you had gotten a bout with Wolverine.
Yes, she clawed me. That was how passionate it was. I didn't even notice.
Claudia Kogan.
Yeah, there it is. So yeah, then I was just like, oh my God. So it's like, what have I done? And I went to bed and yeah, saw a lady last night. I had to hide the claw marks the whole time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
With Band-Aids? What are we talking?
No, I just kept shimmying away from her into the right position. She couldn't see my right side.
Well, typically a girl won't be behind you.
Yeah, but if you walk to the bathroom or something, I'm saying.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. Yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
My New Year's was much different.
Hit me, baby.
A lot lower scale. I did a one-nighter in Albany and Schenectady.
Woo, upstate, huh?
Did an Albany-Schenectady situation. Me and Greg Stone, we drove up there together. And you know, me and Stone, we're thick as thieves. I love that son of a bitch. One of the funniest guys I've ever met.
So funny. Good egg.
Sweet as American pie, and just we had a great talk. You get in there, and you go, I think about this, and I think about that, and we talked race and politics and spirituality, all that shit.
Yeah.
And just yucking it up. And we were starving. He's starving. He's a big bear, that guy,
Big old honey bear.
Yeah, so we're driving up there, and we're hungry. And once you get far enough, I always like to get a good chunk of the ride out. I'm like, let's get going, and then we'll find something to eat.
I'm with you.
But we had, like, all these shitty choices, and he's like, I can't eat McDonald's. But once you get far enough up there, up to, like, Woodstock, there's no food without sitting down and going to a diner. It was the whole thing. And the college football playoff was there, so I wanted to get up there in time to watch that.
You want a drive-through or something?
I want a quick highway bullshit, off and on. So finally we have to settle for highway McDonald's. We go to McDonald's, and I got to piss so bad. You know me and my bladder.
Oh, tiny bled.
Holding in my piss, and I'm like, I got to piss. So I go in the bathroom. I piss for about 3 days. I come out. He's in line at McDonald's just dying laughing. Like that look where you're like, something's happening. This is exciting.
Yeah.
So I come over, and I go, this is a great moment. I go, what the hell's going on? He goes, what, McDonald's is just hiring children now? So now I'm looking at him. My eyesight mind shot this scene exactly the way I would if a movie. I wouldn't change one thing if it was a movie. I'm looking at him. He's dying laughing. He goes, McDonald's is just hiring children now? So I start laughing already. I'm like, this is already going to be funny when I turn my head to look at McDonald's. So I pan. I look, and it's like an old crazy lady with like gnarly teeth who looks like a McDonald's employee in Schenectady, the hat with the frizzy hair.
Yeah.
And I start laughing because she looks like a kook, but I know that's not the punchline. So I pan left, and I see a young-looking girl with pimples and weird, and I'm like, I don't think that's it either, but that's a young person, but I'm already laughing because he's laughing.
And we're getting warmer.
Yes. And so I pan one more time. I scale over, see nothing. So I have to pan the camera, my eyes, downward. There's an 8-year-old boy working at McDonald's.
Get out of here.
A chubby. He looks like Babe Ruth, the child, in the movie The Babe when he's a kid.
Yes.
And they show him hit like a 500-foot home run in 5th grade.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I got a picture. I'll post it tomorrow with the podcast. This kid is 7 years old. I mean, he weighs 800 pounds. He can't see over the counter. You got to see it.
What?
And I just burst out laughing because it's like rule of 3. It couldn't have been more perfect. He goes, they're hiring children.
The pan down is great.
Old lady, teenage girl, 0, look down. It's a kid. And I just burst out laughing. And he this poor kid must just have people laughing at him every single day, all day long.
Well, hey, I got to hand to this fucking kid. He's got a goddamn job at 8.
I don't know what's going on. His mother must have beat him and left or something. But I don't know if his dad's dead or what's going on with this kid.
Maybe he killed his community service. I don't know.
Well, he must be eating McDonald's. He must be sneaking fries because he's a fat piece of shit, this kid. But I shouldn't call him a piece of shit if I'm posting a picture of his face. But
he's got a gig.
So I look out, and I just start dying laughing. I'm like, you got to get a photo. And I can't stop laughing. So Greg tries to take a sneaky photo by doing this. He holds his phone up like he's talking on the phone.
Clever.
And just starts snapping. But the photo's everywhere. I'm like, you can't do that. That's not a good way to get it because you get it sideways. So I go, the only way to take a photo is pretend we're taking a selfie, but you have it pointed at him.
Yes.
So we do that. So Greg has just got we're next in line. He's just blatantly reaching out and taking a picture. And in the photo, the kid's looking directly into the camera. We're pretending to take a selfie for no reason at a Schenectady highway McDonald's.
You look like a couple of homos in Schenectady.
Yeah, so we take the photo, and as soon as he takes the photo, Greg goes, well, that's it. We got every McDonald's. We got a photo at every McDonald's.
Clever.
And I just die laughing because the idea of us we don't take it in front of a sign. The idea that we've been to every single McDonald's is so crazy. And the last one is Schenectady.
Oh, boy.
And then we just took a picture of nothing behind us. So now I'm just crying, laughing. And luckily, the teenage girl, she takes us. She's got braces.
Oh, thank God.
I'm going to go to the factory, but I can't stop laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm just I can't order my food. I'm going, number 3. I'm crying. And we go there, we order our food, and I felt bad because I didn't want her to think we're laughing at her.
Right.
But she's just some McDonald's braces skank. And I take that back. She's not a skank. Legion of Skanks. So anyways, we wait for the food, and then like some guy's fighting with the woman. He's like, "Where's my food?" And the lady was mean back to him. It was kind of fun.
Oh, boy.
I hate these guys that just try to abuse McDonald's employees, which I'm doing right now, but behind their back. They're not gonna hear about that. He's not old enough to listen to this podcast, so
That's true.
he won't hear it for another 10 years when he graduates high school or McDonald's. So anyways, but the guy was like, "This is bullshit. I've been waiting." And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry that you had to wait for French fries. Do you still want your French fries?" And she was kind of hot too. This is a separate fourth manager lady that came out.
Hot, really?
She was sexy in a weird way. I said to Greg, I was like, "Are you attracted to her?" He's like, "Very."
I'm attracted to the kid.
I kind of want to fuck. He's got a big plump ass. He's got like
that.
a J-Lo ass. This kid.
Yeah, I'll sit on that McMuffin.
It's a McMuff. There's no muff though. He hasn't hit puberty. I swear to God, he couldn't. He was sitting on phone books.
You can't put a pube in your food.
I'll show you the picture.
All right.
Anyway, so we get.
I can't wait for this photo.
Oh, it's insane. I mean, you're gonna shit. So
Shouldn't he be in the ball pit?
I don't know what's going on with this kid. He is a ball pit.
His balls haven't dropped.
He looked like he was smuggling balls under his tight McDonald's vest.
Yeah, the best.
Anyways,
I'm picturing with a hat with a propeller on it.
oh, it's crazy. So I went to Providence, Rhode Island.
Ooh.
We worked there together one time. Remember the old Biltmore Hotel?
Yeah.
We got shithoused in an
Wow,
old antique hotel.
I made out with that old chick that night.
I don't even remember that one.
I think I did it secretly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Boy, just learning now. I remember that hotel room was amazing. It was like an apartment building.
Beautiful, beautiful room. We had like 2 big beds. Great time.
Yeah, we only used one, but we had the other one just
Yeah.
in case we got too much cum on the sheets.
We slept head to head.
Head action. Anyways, I went back to Providence. I'm driving up in the old Dodge Neon, which has been featured, of course, in this show many times.
Oh, yeah.
And I take Thursday night off. I got Friday and Saturday in Providence, so I'm going to take Thursday off, go up, see the folks, and have a nice dinner with the folks and my aunt and uncle, and I love those people. So I'm driving up, and I get right around Rhode Island, and the car goes, just turns off, shuts off.
Powered
I was
down.
like, God, it just powered itself down.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was on sleeping pills. I
Right.
just kind of jerked the wheel, and the wheel gave out, and luckily I cruised off to the side of the road, and I mean, literally the side where my rearview mirror is still over the white line.
Wow.
I'm just on the highway, and I don't know if you've ever been in that position, but the car is whipping by. It shakes my car every
Yes.
time. It's like, and the whole car is shaking, so I'm kind of scared.
Yeah.
My car's dead, but I got in my Zen yoga. I focused on the breath, and I was like, okay, this is fine. I'm okay. Here's the other problem, buddy boy. I've been checking my Facebook as I drive, watching porn, whatever you do.
Sure.
My battery's at 4%.
Ooh.
4%, and I have no phone charger in my car
That is the worst.
because the guy blew the fuse years ago. That's a whole other side story. I think I might have told it at one point.
Yeah.
Some crazy Frenchman in Montreal blew my fuse. It was a whole ordeal. I think I told that story before, Bill. But anyways, so then the car's down. I got 4% battery. Just then, Tommy Johnigan texts, "Hey, can you talk right now?"
Oh, my God.
And I start writing no. He calls. I'm like, nah! I'm hitting ignore. I'm like, don't text me. Stop it.
Why would you text and ask that and then call?
I think he had a big thing happening.
Okay.
So I was like, fuck, this is precious battery. So I
Right.
call my mother, and I'm like, Mom, I'm in a bad situation. I'm at 3% battery. I checked the mile. I was right in front of a mile marker. I'm at mile marker 17.4. Then I used Google Maps before my phone died. So I'm between exit 16 and 17 at mile marker 17.4. Call AAA. I'll be here. And I hung up.
Wow.
And I had all this stuff. I was like, all right, maybe I'll hike to the next exit. So I have a place to charge my phone.
What time of day are we?
It's like 6 p.m.
Okay.
So luckily, I was grateful because I wasn't in like the South Bronx or whatever.
Right.
And it wasn't nighttime, and I didn't have a gig, so it's a pretty ideal situation to break down in.
Wow, very zen. Look at the
Yes.
positives.
Oh, you got to look at the pause.
I like.
So I put a backpack on. I start walking, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. I'll just wait for the AAA people. My mother will call it. What I don't realize at the time, my mother's phone is at 3%, and she's at a soccer game.
Who goes to soccer?
Well, she's got my nephew. He's 5. He's at soccer practice, not even a game. He's at soccer practice, but she's at 3%, and she can't just leave the 5-year-old here.
Sure.
Because if he notices this, he'll freak out and kill somebody later in life.
Right.
So it was a whole ordeal. And then a state trooper comes, these Rhode Island State Police.
Oh, great.
So I say, all right, nice to see the police.
Yeah, for once.
So at this point, I had moved to the passenger seat, thinking, now this will be better. I'm over here. As though if a car hit me, I'd be fine in the passenger seat, which doesn't really make sense. But it made me feel a little safer that I wasn't so close to the highway. So I'm in the passenger seat. The trooper pulls up. I open the door with my hands up. I get out, and he's like, get in the car. Get back in the car. And I was like,
Whoa.
because he's going to take it serious. You never know with these people. I could be, Hannibal Lecter or whatever. Or multiple Migs in the next store.
Oh.
Remember that guy?
No.
He was the guy that jerks off and says, look at the blood, and throws the cum in her face.
I never knew his name.
One of my heroes. Megs. Anyways,
throw.
we'll probably get a poster from that English guy who's a kook.
What a nut.
I love that guy.
Do you?
Yeah, you kidding? Those posters are hilarious.
They're pretty good.
I forget his name.
They're very dark.
Very dark, but very funny.
Yeah, thanks
And,
for those. I'll keep favoriting.
I should I should think of his name because he might murder us if we don't. Well, I'll get it on the next episode.
What's it, Muggsy Miggs?
So just chill till the next episode.
There you go.
So anyways, the trooper pulls up. I get out of the car. He yells at me to get back in the car. And I'm like, jeez. So I get back. I'm in the passenger seat. He comes up and he's like, what seems to be the problem? And he's very handsome. These women, I don't know why they don't all fuck cops. I think I'm into it.
I think it's they're fucked up in the head.
The cops?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. But so are comics. They fuck us. Not
Yeah,
me,
but we're
but
on TV.
That's true. Cops are on TV.
Well,
First reality show.
in a bad way.
Yeah.
But like firemen are good people. They're saving, you know.
Right.
Keep going.
Well, this guy had a big hat and sunglasses. I got a boner immediately. He had badges and medals or whatever.
Slow down.
And I was like, yeah, well, my car, it broke down. It's a piece of shit. I like to swear, so it makes it seem like I'm a man, you know?
Yeah.
Because he's a trooper. So I was like, it's a piece of shit. Who knows? Fuck, cunt, cum.
Yeah.
You know, I want to let him know that I'm a cool guy. And so he's like, okay. And I'm like, I texted the mile marker and the exit, and he's like, wow, that's good. He was impressed. I could tell. He was like, you're a real man.
Yeah.
Felt good, you know? You want people in uniform, you want their approval, don't you?
Oh, completely.
Anyone who wears boots, I want to like me.
McDonald's uniform, anything. I'll take it.
I don't mind if I don't get their approval, but anyway, so then he's like, I'll push you off the road so you're not so close to the road.
Good thinking.
And I was like, all right. And he's like, I'm going to leave you here. He's like, I trust that you called the thing. You stay put, stay in the car. And he's like, I'm going to come back in like a half hour. Hopefully you won't be here. And I was like, okay, great. So he moves back. They have that little grill toe thing on the front of the car for pushing people.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
I thought those were running over minorities.
It probably is that too. So anyways, I get in the driver's seat. I got to crawl across, the stick shift in my dirty laundry or whatever. And so I'm sitting there, and he gets behind me and nuzzles up, bumps me. And for whatever reason, I put it in neutral. I have my foot on the brake because I'm just used to having the foot on the brake. And I'm looking in the rear view. He's just giving me the thumbs up, and I'm giving him the thumbs up, like, yeah, push me.
Yeah.
And he's like, we can't communicate. So he's just waving his arms like, no, he's pointing things. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? I'm like, yeah, just push me, you dumb pig.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm just holding my foot on the brake the whole time, so he can't move the car. So this goes on for about a whole minute before I realize I'm an asshole. And he's like waving. He's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, no. The whole man thing's out the window.
It's right out the window. Now I'm just a gay woman.
Right.
So I started crying and putting on an eyeliner. So I take the foot off the brake. He nudges me. So smooth. I cut the wheel. He's like, you got to turn the wheel. So I turn the wheel. He pushes me. Easy as pie. Right up into the grass.
Oh, nice.
Bang, boom, bang. So now I got to wait for the tow truck driver. My mother texts me back with 1%. She says, Dad's on his way. He's going to pick me up. So that way I don't have to drive with the tow truck driver.
Yeah, perfect.
Pretty good.
Well, you'd probably have a better convo with the tow truck
That's
driver.
a good point.
Yeah.
So they tow within 100 miles. I'm 88 miles from my parents' house.
Perfect.
Tow truck driver shows up. Nice guy. He tries to look at the hood or whatever, and he's like, yeah, you fucked up your timing belt at a high rate of speed. That ruins the car. Car's dead. And I'm like, well, whatever. At least I'm
totaled?
alive. I think. I don't know. I might have to sink fucking $8,000 into it, but it's a Dodge Neon with 150,000 miles on it. So.
How ironic. You have great timing.
Yeah. So the timing belt is off. So then he comes, he pulls it up onto the tow truck, and then I was like, I was wondering if you could give me a ride one exit up. Mm-hmm. And then I said, because my dad is coming to pick me up, so I wouldn't have to drive with you. I realized as I'm saying this, I'm telling this guy, my dad is driving 200 miles because I'm like, I don't want to be with, a tow truck driver.
But I'm sure he didn't want to be with you either.
Probably not. But I think I hurt his feelings because I was like, how I wouldn't want to. And then I got the glasses, so I look like an intellectual.
Right.
He probably thinks I'm some 1%er driving a Neon with glasses. And I'm like, hey.
Isn't this this is a very comedian thing? You're constantly thinking about other people's perception of you. You know, the cop thinks you're a woman. This guy thinks you're an intellectual. That's funny.
Yeah. I'm always worried people are going to think that I'm a big fag or a racist or
the opposite of them.
Yes.
The opposite of them is what they hate.
Right. So you want to make sure you're, I know my stuff here. I pulled off to the side of the road, boo. And so anyways, the tow truck driver gives me a ride, one exit up. And good thing I got the dad ride because we were out of things to talk about in a 4-minute ride.
Right, yeah.
And then he's like, what brings you here? So I actually said I was a comedian, which normally I wouldn't do.
Right, you were desperate.
So I was like, I'm a comic. And he was like, huh, all right. I thought that would open up a big ball of jizz. Like I thought he'd go crazy,
Usually it does.
But nothing. He was like, all right. And so then he drops me off at a Burger King. My dad comes about 15 minutes later. And then we have about 15 minutes of conversation. Because since it's happened, my dad's mother died, which we talked about in the last episode.
Geez.
And he went on vacation to South Carolina. So I got about 10 minutes of him telling me stuff. And I was like, maybe he's a new man. His mom died. He's going to be really talkative and fun. Nothing. About 10 minutes, he talked about the golf trip. That was it. And so I tried. I was like, you know what? I'm going to really get in there and learn from my dad. And I was like, hey, what about... I was like, so tell me about the funeral. How was it? I thought I'd get in there and have him be like, well... And he was like, what can you do?
Wow.
And so I was like, all right. And then 35 minutes listening to sports radio. And then here's the weirdest part. We get there. We pull up to my house. Right as we're pulling into my mother's street... Right behind us pulls the tow truck. So we get there at the same time. So I got to see him again. It's like awkward. I'm like, hey, hello again. I gave him a $40 tip.
Good man.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
I felt bad for taking my own ride.
You know, it's funny. I was thinking about this the other day. You're sober, but you still drive. Mm-hmm. You drive a little now, but we rarely drive. Do you realize how worse off we'd be, or at least I would be if I was still driving? Oh, the booze and everything.
Yeah.
It'd be a.
Oh, that's why this is the best city.
Yeah, the subway has saved my life. I mean, I've fallen asleep on the subway many times, and I got mugged once because of it.
Yeah, tell that story. I love that story.
It's not even a mugging, really, but I fell asleep on the subway. I was in the L train after Cabin on a Thursday night. I got blackout drunk. Fell asleep on the L. I remember I woke up the stop before mine. I was like, Jesus, man, stay up. You got one stop to go. Stay up, you idiot. Stay up. And I fell back asleep. Woke up on the end of the line in Canarsie. And I woke up, and I was kind of fuzzy, and I was like, oh, where am I? And I noticed there was a guy kneeling next to me with his hand in my pocket. And I was like, holy gee, what the hell are you doing? And the guy, super confident, cool as a
It's the same guy you raped in New Orleans.
Yeah, well, this was an older Afro-Americane. And he goes, yeah, just letting you know it's the last stop. And I was like, I know, but what the hell were you doing down there? He's like, don't worry, the train will turn right back around. You're fine. And he walks backwards out of the doors, and they close in front of him. It was amazing. He might as well have tipped his hat. Like, it was like a choreographed thing. And the doors closed, and I went on my way.
But he took something.
He got my phone and my keys.
Wow.
Who takes keys?
Yeah, does he just go door to door hoping that it's a nice apartment and yours?
Possibly, yeah.
I got my windows smashed out one time, and a guy stole my satellite radio.
Yeah.
Which is a subscription service. It's not like I'm just going to keep paying it.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I had the thing when I fell asleep on the train and woke up at the end of the line twice. Same thing. I was with Dan Soder. I went to the Stone Temple Pilots. Again, just completely blackout drunk. And Dan Soder is one stop before mine. And he's waking me up, slapping me in the face. He's like, you're the next stop. And I'm like, I got it, you fucking asshole. Get out of here. And in that time, I was one stop from home. And I woke up on the complete opposite end of the line to seagulls. I come to, it's just, I'm at the beach. I'm at fucking Coney Island,
Yeah.
the other end. So I was one stop away, and I fell asleep for 39 stops.
Wow.
I wake up at Coney Island, and now the end is now out of service because it's like now the morning, whatever is happening. So I get on like the D train, and I'm like, all right, now I'm going to take the D, and I'll transfer. pass out again. I wake up in the Bronx. Now I'm over the Bronx, and I'm like, all right, now I'm going to get on the 6.
Yeah.
I'll get on the 6 and then transfer then. I fall asleep on the 6 and wake up all the way back in Brooklyn. This is how fucked up I am. It's like 8 in the morning now.
Yeah.
I go all the way down again, and finally I'm like, I get 2 sodas, like a Maxim magazine. I'm like, I'm dumping.
Maxim.
I'm drinking
That's how you
soda
stay up.
and dumping it on my head. I'm like, I got to read these articles. I finally get home, and I text Soder, and I'm like, I just got home. And he's like, what? It's like 1:30 in the afternoon.
Wow.
One stop away. I got home 5 hours later
That's
and went
insane.
to every borough except for Staten Island, which would have been impressive.
That would have been something.
Now, speaking of dead, I want to get into, you worked at a hospital for quite a while as well.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you had all kinds of run-ins with death and doctors and... Tell me, just lay some hospital stories on me, because people want to hear hospital stories. I think you worked in an emergency room.
Yeah, I worked in an ER for 5 years. My mom got me the job because she was like, I was working like as a Fridays, and she was like, "No, you need a real job." So she got me this job. First, I started off as a transporter. Then I got a job doing like medical billing and stuff like that. And what happened was I ended up getting a job where essentially the doctors. I was terrible at medical billing, but they were like, "You're a nice guy. You get along with the patients well. Just go in there, talk to the patients, help them out, let them know what's kind of happening, and that'll be your job, like a buffer. You're just kind of like, like a Patch Adams or whatever."
Family's got a lot of buffers.
Really. So when I got the job, I had a friend named Moses.
Yeah.
Now Moses' job was if somebody died, he'd take the bodies down to the morgue.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, this is like what we would do is we had like a prank work going on. Like he started it one day. We would do like he'd take like apple juice and put it in the urine cups, and then we would like be like, "Whose urine is this?" And then take a sip, like, this has got to be room 3, and it would gross people out.
Wow, that's more of a joke than a prank.
I love that.
Yeah, a lot of that shit going on. But I was like, one day, this would be the best joke in the world. I'm going to take Moses' job was people if they would die, he would take the bodies down to the morgue. So I'm like, I'll take this body down to the morgue. I'm going to go back in that room, tell him to bring the body down, but I'll just lay on the stretcher, put a sheet over my head, like I'll just wait for Moses. Like, this is going to be amazing. Like, he'll come in. I'm literally there for an hour and a half, like with this sheet. Like,
What?
I'm giggling, like, not an hour and a half. I'm like, I can't wait for him to come in. People are flatlining 2 rooms, and like no one is checking on them. I'm just sitting here, like, I can't wait. Moses comes in. He puts his hand on me, and I get up. I go, "Bleh," and he goes, "The dead!" Screams the words, "The dead!" Cocks back, punches me in the chest. I fall off the stretcher. He lifts the stretcher up, like, rolls it on me, and runs. I mean, this is like 20 seconds of him legitimately thinking this person is back to life.
Yeah.
Right. Like, this wasn't like, "Oh shit, Greg." He was like, "They're back. I'm killing it." And and then he fucking ran out of the room.
Were you? Was the sheet on you when he punched you?
No.
You saw it.
Well, like, I saw the punch. I saw him, like, and I made eye contact with him, but I saw in his eyes, it was like, it didn't register.
Right.
Like,
He
was
didn't
like,
go, "It's Greg"?
no, he was just like, and then just punches
Wow.
me. I fall off. He lifts the stretcher. Like, it never, and he ran.
You popped up like someone introduced Michael Bolton.
Right.
It knocks me down, and that was like just a classic, like Moses. But we would always like fuck with each other. One time I was with Moses, and this is like a big lesson that was in my life. That Moses asked me, he's like, he had to stitch up some kid. Some kid came in, and you have to like hold them down when they get stitches. So he was like, "Look, I got to go stitch this kid up. Can you just feed the lady in room 20? And I was like, "Sure." I was like, "Is there anything they know better?" Because room 20 is the room that they would keep the crazy people in. Mm-hmm. So it was like an isolated room. And I was like, "Is there anything I'm walking into that I need to know about?" And he was like, "No, she's just got Alzheimer's dementia. She's aphasic, which means she doesn't talk. She wouldn't communicate." It's like, "All right, well, I'll go in there." And in my head, I was always like, "Man, like, how do you, like, these patients that don't talk, it's very sad, because it's like, well, what if their brain is still there? What if they're trapped in like this prison and people aren't, like, they're not treating them with respect, they're just being like, take her in, take her out." So I was like, that's not me. I got time. I'm going to sit with this lady. I'm going to talk to her. I'm sitting down. I've held her hand, and I'm just telling like jokes and shit. Like, I'll be like, well, I'm going over invention ideas. Like, what do you think about the cold stove? It's a stove makes your food cold. Food's always too hot. I want to make it colder. What are you in her head? She puts like, pull the plug.
That's called a fridge.
Pull every plug.
I always think there should be an invention similar to the microwave that makes stuff cold immediately.
That's what I'm saying. Cold
like a
immediately.
warm
It's too
soda.
hot.
You have a warm
Yes.
soda, you go boop, 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 and boom, it comes out, it's ice cold.
Yeah.
We should go halvesies on this.
I invented it.
I invented it too, though.
Yeah, but he told the old lady.
And it literally, as I'm looking at this lady, I'm talking about, like, I don't know what I'm doing in this hospital. Like, I think I want to be a comedian, but I'm working all this hard. I'm doing hard and I literally had that thing of, like, bouncing shit off yourself where I'm just like, yeah, I'm leaving. I'm going to be a comedian. I'm going to do this job.
Oh, wow.
I'm quitting. Fuck that. Yeah, you're right. You're right, lady. I'm doing this, right? But, you know, she just can't talk. So I go to put a little applesauce in her mouth before I leave, and I put it in her mouth, and she doesn't swallow. Now I freak out because I don't know how old people work. I'm like, do I shove more food in her mouth? You know,
I don't think that's how it works.
Do you just, like, fucking jerk her throat off? Like, I don't know.
Right.
So I walk out. I tell the nurse, I was like, look, man, I think this lady's going to choke. Like, I don't know what to do.
She had a bunch of Bay Breezes.
Yeah, should I, what should I do? I think she's got more applesauce in her mouth. And the nurse looks at me and says, what are you talking about? We're just waiting for the coroner to come.
Oh
boy.
Yeah.
Man.
And I was like, the coroner, does he know how to feed her? Like, I had no idea what to say. And she was like, that woman is dead. What were you doing in there for like 40 minutes? What were you doing? And I was like, what do you mean I still couldn't get through my head. I was like, what do you mean she's dead? I just talked to her. She just told me my career. Like, I'm leaving. And I just see Moses and he's like, bitch, I got you, baby. You can't beat me. And I'm like, what are you talking? Like, Moses knew the whole time. He was like, go give that lady applesauce. But had no idea that I was just going to sit there and, like, I mean, I held this woman's hand who was dead for hours.
You stuffed food in a dead lady's mouth.
I put food into her lips.
That's
and I was like, I knew something was up, but you've never been with it. I've never been with a dead body. I didn't know.
I see where both of you are coming from because that guy, he thinks you 100%, you think you're with a dead body and the dead body pops up. You don't take time to facial recognize. And I see where you're coming from. You think someone's alive. You think they're alive.
Yeah, but that one-upsmanship is insane.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
his is topsy-turvy.
I pretended to be dead. He put me in the room with a dead woman.
Yeah.
And I defiled her with applesauce. And her family is going to be like, what happened to my family? This woman is dead, you know, and she's being fed. What is happening in this place?
Put cookies in his mouth.
Thank God you didn't punch the old lady in the chest.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Might have gone right through her.
Yeah.
Wow, man, but maybe that's a great therapy. People just put a dummy in a room and go, tell it everything you want to tell it, and then you'll figure out your life.
That's what therapy is.
It's crazy. It was definitely that. It was just me just going like, and my mom, I just got to tell my mom I love her more. You're right. You are right. Like, and
wow.
She was just up there like just that face, that like fucking face.
High five to Moses. That's a new reality show. Hospital pranks.
Yeah. And it was weird too because like, her eyes are like half open, half closed. It's like a thing where it's like you don't realize. You see so many people who are almost dead anyway. It's like they just look like that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's like, you know, and I don't know. It was fucked up.
I don't believe in the afterlife, but what if that affected her in the afterlife? Like God's like, all right, well, is that applesauce? I fucking hate applesauce, lady. Well, you know, she doesn't get in.
Right.
That might be fun.
Wow, man.
Yeah, man.
Moses.
He killed it. He knocked it out of the park. Yeah. Oh, God. They had me doing CPR lady once who was like, it was a kid who came in and he was like 14.
Yeah, you had to do CPR on a teenager.
Yeah.
I want to hear that story.
Well, it was like, I wasn't CPR trained at all. I was just a guy in a fucking hospital, and the doctor they were trying to vent her, so they had to put like a tube in her throat so that she could breathe. But so when that's happening, you have to be essentially giving them you're pushing their lungs and shit,
right,
to make them breathe or
Which
whatever.
is second base, I believe.
And this this kid was he OD'd or some shit. I don't really remember. But he was in there, and I just walking by, and the nurse's aide was like 80 years old, and she was just like, bah, and the doctor was like, "You're off, you can't, Greg. I need you on this." And I was like, "I don't know what I'm doing." And the nurse, I remember Maria, her name, I was like, "I don't know, I can't do this." And Maria was like, "Just stay with my count." And she's counting, and I'm doing chest compressions on this kid. They vent him, and he died. And I was convinced it was my fault. I was like, I killed that kid. I killed that kid. That was me who did that because I wasn't doing it right. And
I'm leaning that way too.
Well, what are they throwing a non-CPR guy? And that's crazy.
No, what I found out later was the kid was dead already.
Wow, Moses again?
No. And I don't know. I think I'm wrong. I don't think they were trying to vent him. I'm not sure exactly what was happening because it was a bunch of years ago. But I had talked to the head of the ER, and he was like, "That's illegal. We can't be having you do that. You're not trans. If anyone tells you to do that, you say no." And he had to talk. I was like, "But what am I?" He goes, "It's not your fault. You have to listen to the doctor." But he was like, "You can't." And I was like, "Yeah, but look what happened." And he was like, "No. The patient was dead, but we have to by law do CPR for a certain amount of time before they can pronounce them. So I was doing the CPR on the kid after the doctor kind of already knew.
So you were running the clock.
I was running the clock on this
Wow.
thing.
So you did CPR on a dead teenager.
Yeah.
Now that must make you crazy when someone heckles. When you're just like, hey, fuck you, dude. I fucking did CPR on a dead teenager.
Right.
Yeah, well, I told you that was the talk I had with. I had like when I first came into New York, I had a talk with a comedian. We were just talking like people, and he was like, "Brian, who do you think you are, dude? I've been on this, and that, and I've done this shit. Like, who you fucking talk to?" I was like, "Who do you think you could talk to?" I did CPR on a dead 13-year-old.
Right.
Like, fuck you, dude. You didn't do shit.
Yeah.
Like, Comedy Central doesn't mean shit to me, buddy.
But what if you had brought the
Does.
kid back to life? Then you would really be just living in a basement because you're like, I don't need to work. I saved the kid's life.
Or if you did CPR on Comedy Central, that would really be the ultimate.
Yeah.
They could use a little life in them.
Hey.
Yeah, man. We did the one thing that I was proud of, though. I'm sorry for whatever.
You're good.
No, we
gotta
got
go.
time. We got a few minutes.
We had this girl who I think she was up for. They thought she had Munchausen by proxy. You know what that is? Have you ever heard
Come
of that?
again?
It's a disease where
Sounds like a Western.
the mother of this girl wants her to be sick for whatever fucked up reason. So they make her, like, she'll do things like, there's cases of like them feeding their children glass or like giving them like, and like they're constantly bringing them to the hospital, and it's the mother that's doing this shit to the kid.
Oh, wow.
And, I don't remember what this girl had that for so long that this is like her fourth attempt in the ER of trying to kill herself. And she was just like, and I just sat there and talked with this girl I was a 12-hour shift. I sat with her for 8 hours. Ooh. 8 hours with this girl just talking about life and shit and how
Long podcast.
about and she went. They had her in the hospital. She came back and visited me, and she was just like, of everything that happened, she was like, your talks were what kind of allowed me to kind of feel like I could go on. She was like, all my whole life was my mother, and you don't realize that she was, the time she spent in the hospital on all the therapy and shit. She was like that I needed that, and she was like.
And at what point did she start working at Toys R Us? But no, that's great. Good for you. 8 hour
it's amazing.
chat.
8
Boy,
hours
hospitals
to
need
sit.
you.
Well, I think that it was the best job. No hospital has that job, but it was like the best job that you could have. It's just a guy who kind of walks around and just like, how are you doing? No,
Right.
not doctor-wise, mentally.
Yes.
Let's just fucking talk.
Right.
Yeah.
You're waiting there for 9 hours. You don't know what's happening. And it's
That's
like, I was the
huge.
guy who'd be like, oh, we're going to take you for a CAT scan. This is what is going to happen. This is what we're going to look at for. And
Isn't that essentially a nurse? Weren't you a nurse?
the nurses
But you don't take blood.
Well, the nurses, they take blood. They give you the medicine. They whatever. I was just kind of the in-between guy from the
Right.
doctors to the patients, because the doctors don't have time to sit there. So for 5 hours, they're just trying to get these patients in and out.
Right.
So it's like I'd be the guy who'd be like, oh, look, these are the doctor has ordered this, and this on you, and this is what we're gonna do. Do you have any questions? I can go find out. I can look this up.
Wow.
I'll make sure that you don't get lost in the loop. Oh, you're waiting for 3 hours? Well, let me figure out why you're waiting. And then I
Wow.
would go.
You're a great person. I've said
that.
it before, and I'll say it again. Greg Stone is an American hero.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can only do so much in this godforsaken world. No, what the fuck?
But you are
That's
Captain
bullshit.
America.
No.
Yeah.
No, it was just a job. I got paid. I got paid a lot of money to do
Oh,
to
okay.
just be funny.
That's still great.
I thought it
That
was
was
pro bono.
$15 an hour. No.
Ah, okay.
What the hell's a gigawatt? All right, get in there.
Oh,
Come
that
on.
was racist.
We teased, and I want this. It
right.
sounds like I feel like I can see where this is going.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, hopefully it's a twist.
I hope it's a nipple twist.
Oh, there's a few of those. So I'm driving back in. So I'm telling Abe, Polky, drop me off at this stripper's pad, because I'm such a douche that I'm like, all right, I got a lock on. I should name these broads so it makes it easier.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I name one of them?
Please.
All right.
Well, one's a stripper, and the other one's just a normal gal.
All right, just a Norm. All right.
Yeah, a Mark Norm.
I'm thinking, exotic, huh?
Lay it on me.
I'm thinking Rosalita.
Ooh, that's the Norm or the...
Either one, that's your choice. It's your story.
I'll go Rosalita for the Norm, and
Okay.
the stripper will go with calisthenics.
Calisthenics.
All right.
All right.
I almost said cunnilingus there.
Yeah.
So
You just gave it away.
I'm like, all right, I got a sure thing. And this is how, ladies, this is how guys are. We're just practical people. We're just, easy. There's no feelings. I'm just going down the road.
I got feelings.
I mean, I got feelings, but there's no We're just cut and dry.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, all right, I got a sure thing over here, so I'll see if I can hang out with a stripper. If she says no, I'll go with the sure thing.
You're working like a football coach almost.
Yeah.
You know, you're up 5. You got to go for 2.
Right, but a lot of girls are like, oh, he's such a pig. He's going for the other one because he has a sure thing. Like, yes, that's what I'm doing because it's smart.
Yeah, you're trying to get laid.
I'm trying to get laid here. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. We're all evil, whatever.
And I say the same thing about women. People say she's a whore. I say, nah, she wants to get laid. She's having sex.
Thank you.
Yeah, sex is
All right,
fun.
What happened to feminism? When women talk about, hey, I'm proud of you. When a guy, oh, what a pig. So, all right. So I'm going to meet Calisthenics, the stripper. I go to her place on Esplanade Avenue, my old haunt. That's the street I grew up on.
Nice.
So that's kind of cool. I'm like really in my hometown. I know the city. It's fun to be in the city. Like I know here. Then she's from out of town. She's from Chicago.
Yeah.
So I'm giving her the tour, and I go, let's go to a bar. She goes, all right, well, come on up first. I'm still getting ready or whatever the hell. So I'm like, all right, great. I go up to her apartment, giant apartment, second floor. It's New Orleans, so people have some space. Stripper pole right in the living room. I'm like, get out of here. And she's like, hey, I practice. I'm like, yeah, it's a good point. I never thought about that.
That makes sense.
It makes sense.
It'd be like we had a little audience in our living room.
Yeah, or you go to a boxer's house, he's got a bag up there, you know?
Yes. He's got a bag.
So I'm like, wow. So I'm playing on the pole. I'm sniffing it. I'm licking it, you know, the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And we have a beer there. We start talking. Cool gal, really fun. And so I go, let's head down to the bar, get a beer. And we head down. We're talking. Good gal. And I don't know. I think I started like sobering up or something on the walk.
Yeah.
And it was a long drive. It was a long show. I just kind of started getting tired. Now we're sitting there at the bar. And I'm like, all right, this is when I lay on the charm. This is when I really pull out all the stops. Mm-hmm. But I just wasn't interested. I was just kind of sitting there. I was flaccid.
You weren't feeling it.
I wasn't feeling it.
Wasn't
and
feeling
she was
Stenix.
pretty. She was cool. I wasn't feeling it. And there was a football game on, and we're both sitting at a table at this bar, and I just keep watching the football game. And she goes, hey, I'm over here. She gave me one of those.
Oh, boy.
And I was like, oh shit, what am I doing? I got to snap into it. And I think I was like sobering up. I
like
don't know.
a Slim Jim.
What's that?
Like a Slim Jim.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, sorry. And I kind of go back into it for a minute. I start staring at the TV again. And I go, oh, man, you see that catch or something like that? And she was like, look, what are you doing? What, you got to show me some attention. And I go, I just snap. Not in an angry way, but I just kind of went clear. I went like a sign. I'm going clear.
Uh-huh.
And I went, look, I got to be honest. I just kind of want to have sex.
Oh, boy.
And I don't want to really, I got nothing to say. I don't want to be on. And if that's bad, we can just go. And she's like, oh, my God, how can you talk to me like that? I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm just telling you the truth. People tell you to be yourself your whole life, which is horrible advice.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a piece of shit. So I was like, look, I'm just being honest. I don't really want to small talk, and it's a lot of work. And you're cool, you're pretty, you're nice. I'd like to have sex with you, but I just can't do all this right now. It's too much. And she was like, Jesus, she was blown away, in awe, speechless,
right,
without speech.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I understand. I'll walk you home. And she's like, yeah, you're damn right, you're walking me home. And I'm like, okay. So now we're walking home, and I got to tell you, I got a wave over me, I just told the truth, and it felt kind of good.
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt her feelings, which I guess I did, but it was, I lie a lot, so it felt good to just kind of be open and be honest.
Yeah.
Especially with a gal.
Yeah.
And she goes, you know what? I was going to sleep with you until you said that. And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, but you fucked it up. And I'm like, well, why can't we just sleep together? Why do we have to do all these games?
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't know. You're the one playing games. I'm like, no, you're playing games. And then, so now there's a little intrigue going on.
Yeah, now we don't know who's playing the game.
Yeah.
Confusing. That's the only sport you don't know who's playing.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. So now I'm walking her home, and I go, I got another gal on the hook, so I'm just going to go see.
You told her that?
Yeah, I'm open.
Boy, you're a truth sayer now.
I'm all truth.
All right.
And it feels good.
Boy, it took you long enough.
Well, I'm hurting feelings. That's why I don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I got another gal on the hook. She's like, oh, you got another girl? I can get fucked anytime I want. She's doing all this shit. And I'm like, all right, well, go get fucked. I tried to fuck you. Apparently you can't.
Right.
Because I tried. You didn't want to do it.
Yeah, but you didn't try because you were watching football, I thought.
I'd fuck her.
Oh, I see.
That's why I'm there.
This is why you got to get in a relationship, because you can have an off night and still get laid. You can go, hey, I don't really feel like hanging, but maybe we can go back, boo-boo-boo.
Right.
You can be up, you can be down, and then you share the whole thing.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I've gone, 18 months of being up. I've been up, baby. I'm racking in.
You gotta go back to Peggy. I liked Peg.
She hit me up last night.
Hit up Peg. We're all rooting for Peg.
People love Peg.
I like Peg.
I'm getting photos of people with Peg legs going, hey, I miss her. That's a true thing. People tweeted me that.
Yeah, I think you gotta go back to the Peg. She was such a sweet, sweet dame.
She was sweet.
Yeah, missing the leg. I mean, what's more fun than that?
Yeah.
But she was, forget the leg. She was sweet and fun.
And pretty and great bod.
Sweep the leg, Mark.
All right. Well, let me finish. So
I'm letting you finish. Who's stopping you from finishing?
You're right. Peggy. So we're walking, and she's like, who's this other girl? Let me see a picture. I was like, all right. So I show her the picture. Like, oh, she's cute, whatever. And I was like,
Boy,
hey.
you really, this is kooky.
I was cooked. I'm in my hometown. It's Voodoo. It's Bourbon Street. It's New Orleans. The swamp. I guarantee. I don't know what it was. I got a wave. I had an honesty wave.
Katrina and the waves.
Oh, I had a Katrina. Yeah, so I'm like, fuck it. I'm just coming clean. And also, I'm sick of lying to all these women a lot. I'm just coming clean, see what happens. Fuck it.
Boy, I'm glad I know that. I got to ask some questions about your real feelings about me.
Well, you're not a lady.
No,
I'm not trying to fuck you.
Oh, you've lied to me.
Oh, boy. All right, so she goes, let me see the girl. And I go, oh, yeah. And she goes, I'm into women. And I go, get out of here. She's like, yeah,
boy.
I love women.
This
I
is
was
what
like,
I suspected.
I didn't know that. But too bad it's all fucked with her. So then I walk her home. She walks in, and I had like a wave of guilt. Like, what was that? What came over me? I was, what's the word? Kaplumped? No.
That can't be it.
Kerplunked?
Oh, perplexed.
Perplexed.
Nailed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Platform, baby.
Woo.
Forum.
Stuck my fist right in your asshole for that one.
Yeah.
Grabbed
Thank
it.
God it's out.
It was wedged next to your pancreas.
So now I'm texting her like, geez, let me apologize. I'm sorry. So she pops her head out the upstairs window like out of a movie, and she goes, yeah, coming back up, but that's what you're trying to do. And I'm looking up going, it's like Romeo and Juliet. I'm like,
Wow.
no. I'm just saying I'm sorry. I'm going to go meet her. That was a weird experience. I'm sorry.
I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, it was cool.
Did she tie her sheets together and throw it down?
She could have, but I had a boombox.
Oh, okay.
So I couldn't climb. But so now I'm texting the other girl because now I'm like, what the hell was that? So now I'm like kind of feeling like I need someone. And I text the other girl, and she's like, where the hell are you? I'm shit-faced. I'm on my way. And I go, so I give her the address of that girl. And she just comes barreling down the road like 5 minutes. I see she's in a Ford Explorer. It's like hitting cars and hitting
She's like the wolf.
hitting the sidewalk. Yeah, just barreling down. I'm like waving to her. She's like, I see you. Flashes the lights. She hits 8 trash cans. Cats are running across. A mailbox goes over. So she pulls up. And I go, hey, what's going on? And I text the chick. I was like, she's here. She pops her head out from the window again. She goes, all right, I'm coming down.
Oh, my God. This is like a New York City story with the head in the window.
I guess so, yeah. So she comes down, and I'm like, oh, it's my friend Calisthenics. They meet, and she's like, I think she assumes this is my house, and that's my roommate.
Yeah.
So we go upstairs, and this girl's wasted.
Rosalita is.
Rosalita is.
Oh, wow. She's driving around.
Yeah, that's New Orleans.
Well, I guess that's America.
Yeah. So she comes up, she sees Triple. Oh my God, she's like dancing on it, like half falling over on the pole and everything.
Oh boy.
And now we're all chatting, and we're in the kitchen. It was so funny because Calisthenics is just standing in the kitchen, like overseeing, like, what the hell's this chick about? What's going on? So I'm doing the small talk with her. And so she turns out she was at a sex club, and now she's hanging out. But there was no one there she liked, or I don't know.
What the hell's a sex club?
There's sex clubs in New Orleans where you go, you pay
have sex?
You pay $20 and everybody just fucks.
$20
To get in.
I'll move right now.
Yeah.
$20. You pay $20 and you fuck whoever's in there?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, if they want to fuck you.
Yeah, it's not a rape club.
No.
That's gonna be $40, I imagine.
40 for rape, yeah. Easily. So she's hot and ready to go. So Calisthenics goes and takes a whiz. So I just start making out with old Rosalita.
Oh, wow. She's old.
45. So we're going at it. And Calisthenics comes out, and she goes, Jesus, how about you take my bedroom? So we're like, oh, great. So I throw her old ass on the bed. We're rolling around. I look up. We're making out. I look up. Calisthenics is next to us, laying on her side on the bed going, toodaloo.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
Toodaloo. And so Rosalita pops up and goes, holy shit, what's going on here? I thought that was your roommate, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know. She's kooky, Calisthenics. And so she's like, all right. And Calisthenics just goes right into alpha mode. She takes control. She goes, why don't you blow him?
Wow.
And Rosalita, she's like, I don't know, this is weird. I didn't see this coming at all. Blah, blah, blah. And she goes, what, are you scared? And Rosalita's like, well, I'm not scared. I'm just saying this is awkward.
She's a pimp.
She's a pimp. She backhanded me. So Rosalita's like, all right, I guess. So she rips my pants off, just starts blowing me.
Wow.
I've never been blown in front of another person. A woman especially.
Yeah.
So now Calistin is noodling downtown on herself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So this is getting wild. I the whole time I'm just praising Allah that I'm holding an erection here, because this is a lot of pressure.
That guy's been in the news lately.
I've noticed. Yeah, I got a real ISIS situation happening downtown. So I don't know what that meant, but yeah. So she's blowing me, and I'm just like, this is wild.
And the other one's noodling.
And she's noodling just in the panties, going to town. Like she's,
with the panties on.
Yeah,
That's
in panties only.
Extra spicy.
Oh, it was so hot.
A masturbation with panties on that's something really perverse and sexy about that.
It looked like she was just going to town on a mosquito bite, just really scratching it. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. What the hell's happening? I just see the fingers like come out and disappear, come out and disappear. It was crazy.
Oh, this is the swamp. It could be mosquitoes.
It's swampy. I needed a fan boat down there. So now I'm all into it now. Like, I'm trying to just say, fuck the pressure. Just enjoy this.
Yeah.
This is quite a moment.
That's important to do that, even if you've had sex with the person a million times. You got to take a breath and go, this is what I've always wanted.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So I just flip over the old Rosalita, and I just go, all right, I'm coming in. And I'm about to put it in, and then Alpha Calisthenics goes, wait, let me get a condom. Thank God.
Oh, good girl.
Good girl.
She's a good egg.
She knows. She's done this probably 20 times that day.
Yeah, wow.
So I go, oh, yeah. So now I'm standing on the edge of the bed. Oh, I forgot to mention double beach at one point.
What?
Yeah. Jeez, how did I leave that out?
Oh, my God. What,
Yeah.
are they licking?
Licking, twisting, sucking, popping, locking, the whole thing.
Now, call me crazy and old and gay, but it doesn't seem like, and I'm not trying to poo-poo, because that would be, I'd pay, money for that.
Poo-poo comes later.
But it seems like you can't truly get a quality beach if there's two people at once. 'Cause
It's
you're
true.
not encompassed. You're not engrossed.
Yeah, you make a good point there, Captain. But the only good part is when one is on a ball and one's on the shaft.
Yes. the
That's
ball.
when it's key.
I see. But I mean, just the emotionally, or not emotionally, but mentally, two.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's really something else.
Oh, it's like a eating chocolate and vanilla at the same time. It's too much for your brain.
I love that.
Yeah, I guess that was a bad example.
Oh, what do you mean? It's a good example.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So now that's going on. So I'm just ready to go. I'm fired up, and the whole time I'm just like, don't jizz, because that's all you're wanting to do.
Yeah.
So I'm standing up on the bed, on the floor. Rosalita's tucked up on the edge of the bed with the legs in the air.
Wow.
That's my favorite move. And so I'm going to town, and now Calisthenics is just laying on the edge of the bed, panties off,
Wow, boy.
just digging in. Just, oh, man, going to town with the fingers. And so now she grabs my hand and starts putting me in there.
Uh-oh.
So I'm banging on Rosalita and diddling old cunt Calisthenics.
Yeah.
It was wild. It was a scene. Everybody's moaning. Double women moaning is crazy.
Yeah, double moan, surround sound.
Surround sound. I got juices flying and my hands over here. It was crazy. I was like, oh my God. She's licking the fingers. It was gross. I'm squeezing nips. I'm squeezing thighs. It was crazy.
4 nips.
Yes. And now she goes, I can't take it. Put it in me. So I pull out.
Oh, boy.
Put it in. I switch.
Oh,
I did the
my
roommate
God,
switch.
The roommate switch.
Yeah, I double dipped.
Wow, that is wild.
Wild. So now
her business is in her, office.
they're sharing businesses.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shared biz.
Co-op.
Cohog.
Yeah, co-hog indeed. So yeah, I'm going in that one, out that one. I'm popping and I'm going back and forth.
Popping and locking.
Yeah, and then one of them was like, I'm coming. Ah! So I was like, all right.
You got
you're
one to
done.
come?
Yeah, one of them.
Oh, my God.
So she was done.
Boy, so you take her off the griddle.
She's off the payroll.
Boy, she's on
I flipped her.
She's on the breakfast plate now.
Yeah, I put her between some buns.
Gee
So,
whiz.
then I go back to old Calisthenics.
That was Rosalita came.
Rosalita came.
All right.
Yeah,
She's
Rosalita
the
had a
drunk
good time.
one.
Drunk one came. I
Wow.
think she let herself get lost in it. It was good.
Yeah.
And then now I'm in calisthenics, and I can't hold it anymore. I blow a load that'll just drown a village.
Yeah.
And So then I was like, all right, and I like fall over backwards on a pile of laundry. Just like, whew, that was brutal. That was unreal. I can't believe I'm covered in sweat. New Orleans heat. I'm fanning myself. I got a straw hat on, overalls.
Short pants.
What's that?
Short pants.
Yeah.
You're the son of the farmer.
Yes.
The aforementioned.
And so I just go, oh my God, that was one for the books. And then Calisthenics was like, yep, all right, you got to go. Y'all got to go. And we're like, okay, cool. So Rosalita brought me home. Drunk drove me home. There was a few times I held the wheel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it's a long drive back to my parents. And
you go back to your parents' house.
Yeah.
Smelling like devil puss.
Yeah, which is always weird because when I sleep at my parents' house, my mom will just wake up when I come home, which is so annoying. I'm 32 years old. Just let me go to bed.
Right.
I've been drinking. I've been having a threesome. Let me go to bed. So my mom comes out. I get out of the car. I'm like, thanks, Rosalita. I close the car door quietly. She fucking does 2 donuts and peels off. She's hammered. And then I put the lock in the key, or the key in the lock. I put the door open, and my mom's sitting there in a nightie going, everything okay?
Oh,
you're like,
boy.
Jesus Christ, the kitchen's pitch black. It's like out of the Ring,
I picture her being the kind of mom that puts like jingle bells on the doorbell, on the door so it falls.
There's some knickknacks on the door.
Yeah, little knickknacks.
Yeah, so you just can't be quiet. It's pitch black in the kitchen. There's like a tiny dim street light coming in the window, and she's just like, everything all right? You're like, good Lord, woman.
Right.
I don't need you to be up.
Fucking devil puss Jew on your dick.
I know. I'm just trying not to get near. I don't want her to smell any scent.
Yeah.
Because those women, they can smell that shit.
Yeah. Well, you got a potpourri on you.
Oh, I got more than the potpourri. I got a stovetop stuffing seasoning on me. It's like someone took a pack of ramen noodle flavoring and poured it on me. So I just go, all right, Mom, get out of here. And that was the night before Thanksgiving, so there's like all the food's out, getting ready. The turkey's
You got
moist.
the food out the night before?
Well, it's the trimmings. You can see a cutting board with shit on it. There was some pots.
Boy, you guys are going to get sick.
Love
the food out.
I got salmonella from the girls. I go upstairs. I go, holy shit, that was crazy. Oh my God. Then I go to bed. And the next morning, I'm talking to my grandpa eating a Brussels sprout, and he's telling me about Nam, and I'm just like, yeah. Well, I had my Nam last night, and that was that.
Wow, that is a humdinger.
Yes, I'm very thankful.